Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here on this January 24th, a Friday. Anyway, listen, I got a little quiz for you guys today. Okay, there's no right or no really wrong answer. The right answer is what you believe to be true. Okay? And it's a little bit about the new novel. I'm sure you've all heard of this novel new coronavirus out there. It's sweeping through China really fast, and they've closed off a lot of Chinese cities. Now, here's the thing. Question one. It's going to be an A, B. You pick either A or you pick either B. A, do you believe, this is the A part of the question. So you either pick A or B. A, do you believe that the Chinese coronavirus is going to level off or drop in the amount of people that have it? So if you believe that the amount of people that have the Chinese coronavirus is going to go down or either stay the same, pick A to the question. B is, do you believe that the amount of people that have the Chinese coronavirus is going to continue to increase and it's going to start to try to spread to other countries? That's B. Pick that if you believe that it's actually going to continue to grow and spread to other countries. Pick B. Okay? That's the first part. Now let's just say that you picked B. I don't know which one you picked. But say you pick B. Okay? Now, if you pick B, the World Health Organization, the second question is going to be about the World Health Organization. Do you believe, A, that the World Health Organization, upon hearing the news that the virus is spread and it's growing, do you believe that, A, that they will just basically continue on and not declare it a World Health emergency? Or that they'll just continue on? So pick A if you believe that they'll just not do anything when they hear the virus is expanded. Pick B if you believe that they'll declare it a World Health emergency. Maybe in a couple weeks from now. Because the World Health Organization has basically said, okay, this for now, this is not an emergency situation. Okay? So pick A if you believe that in a couple weeks from now, when it gets worse, or that they're just going to not do anything. Okay? Or pick B if you believe that they are going to declare it a World Health emergency. Pick B. Okay, that's the second question. Now the third question is, assuming that you answered B to that last question, the third question is, do you believe that the stock market is A, going to, upon the World Health Organization declaring it a world emergency, do you believe that the stock market is A, going to stay the same or go up? So if you believe the stock market is going to stay the same on this declaration of this being a world health emergency, if you believe the stock market's either going to stay the same or go up, well, on that announcement, pick A. If you believe the stock market's going to fall and fall sharply on the announcement by the World Health Organization that this is a world health emergency, pick B. Now, here's the thing. If you pick D all the way through all these questions, it means there's a stock market crash coming. In no uncertain terms. Because the stock market has been pumped up to the moon. It was ready to crash anyway, guys. And personally, I'm not going to give you what I believe my answer was to these questions, but I can tell you one thing. If you pick D to those three questions, then B is for bad. quite seriously, guys. And so this whole test is not really a test at all. It's really just, what do you believe is going to happen? Okay? Anyway, we got a serious situation unfolding in China in real time, and it could have profound effects upon the global markets and the global financial system to a profound degree. But more than that, it could have a huge effect upon everyone on Earth. So it's almost like a double punch, a double whammy. You got this virus, which could do tremendous damage to the economy, and the economy could do tremendous damage itself. Like two things coming at the same time, like head on. It's like two trains coming down, tracking each other, and bang together, sort of thing. And you don't really have any sort of a disaster until the trains meet. Boom! That is sudden, you know? And that might be what we're headed towards. So things look dire in the world. Let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. First thing we're going to take a look at is the silver price today. And silver and gold haven't really went anywhere. And under these circumstances, but silver's taken a little bit of a bid this morning, starting to, but it's still $17.95, 17 with a 17 in front of it. I mean, silver is so undervalued, it's absolutely to the point of being ridiculous compared to the fiat currencies have lost their purchasing power so much. It's the only thing that's maintained its price. That and televisions and electronics are the only things that maintain their price in this. Electronics have not went up in price that much. It's about the only thing out there. And silver is actually lower in price. I mean, you go back a few years back, and silver was like $30 an ounce or $40 an ounce. And now it's $17. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrencies. Oh, I didn't do gold. Let's do gold today. $15.64 for gold. It's up $1.60 on the day so far. It's nice to see them at least going up and not being smashed. I hate watching when I come on and watch the price being smashed. It really is upsetting. Let's take a look now at the cryptocurrency market. 233 billion. She went down to 230, and now it looks like it's starting to bounce back. 233.6 billion with a 66% Bitcoin dominance. And we see the Bitcoin price at 84.77. And we see Litecoin at $55. XRP is 22.5 cents. Ethereum is 162. Bitcoin Cash 324, and Bitcoin SV is $280. Those are your prices of your top coins. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones. And the Dow Jones is up 84 points today. 29,244. It's perched up near 30,000. The Dow Jones, and I'm going to tell you what, I use that statement when I say perched. It's when something is perched, it means it's way up there and it's being just held kind of like, you ever seen those boulders like in Colorado or someplace, or sitting up on the top of a mountain, and it's just kind of like balanced there? That's what the stock market's like right now. Balanced way up high. Let's take a look now at crude oil. $54.63, and it's down 1.73%, or down 96 cents on the day. Crude oil has been taking a beating. It's been taking a beating ever since it reached this high back on January 7th of $64.78. And you know what? That's a $10 drop, guys. $10 a barrel. From 64 to 54. That's significant. And, if it continues to drop like that, you are going to see a difference in the price at the pump. maybe start to see a substantial difference in the price of the pump if it continues to drop. Let's take a look now at U.S. Treasuries. And of course, this is what really irks me a lot. I'm going to tell you, this really gets my goat, guys, is the fact that they're all running into Treasuries like crazy as a safe haven asset. When what they're really missing is the dollar can be printed to infinity. Okay? A dollar can be printed to infinity. And you have to really watch out for that deflationary spiral. Because when that gets out of control, even if the Federal Reserve and the central banks start to pump money out, that first money that they pump out is going to be absorbed because people are so, if we get in a deflationary spiral, people become hoarders of cash. And so even if the Fed comes along and dumps a whole bunch of cash into the system, they're going to continue to hoard. It's that mentality. So the Fed and the central banks, to really get control over it, they have to dump such overwhelming amounts of cash to break that cycle, you see? And, I'm going to tell you, they're not going to ask for permission. They're just going to print it when the time comes and they need to print it. They're going to print it, and they're going to print it, and they're going to print it. And then people are going to rush out of these bonds. You can see bond yields spike in the opposite direction. They're going to realize their mistake. Their mistake was the fact that money can be printed to infinity. And so why are they hoarding it? It doesn't make sense. When they're forced out of it by the central banks printing to infinity, that's the point when they're really going to come into the gold, silver, and cryptos. And really, honestly. Let's take a look now at the U.S. dollar index. In other words, what I'm saying is these people who are buying up the treasury bonds and stuff, they're probably the same people who are going to hoard dollars too. Maybe in cash form even. And what they're missing is the ability of the central banks to create money. And the central banks have already told you. They've said that we're not going to allow deflation. We have a 2%. They've told you we have a 2% inflation target. If they actually see deflation, they're going to fight it with everything they got. They're going to dump so much money into this situation, and that's when the money is going to, things will change. I'm going to tell you, it's always, and most generally, a deflationary episode that triggers a hyperinflation. People don't know that. And during the initial stages of the hyperinflation, what you're looking at is something called the acceleration phase. And that acceleration phase can last quite a while, but it's when you get 50% inflation annually, and that's when you enter into the acceleration phase. Well, this whole crisis that's going on right now is deflationary, not inflationary. It's not going to lead to a hyperinflation. It's going to lead to a great deflation. Because all of these things, like I just read this morning that they're closing all the McDonald's in China, here and there. Not all the McDonald's, but a lot of the McDonald's are being closed. Well, that's deflationary. When people stay home and they don't go out to eat or whatever, that's all deflationary. And the stock market is ready to deflate. All these things like property bubbles and everything is ready to deflate. How much money is it going to take to turn all of that around? Because they will. They're going to turn all that around. And if you're connected to those monetary units via treasury bonds, when they turn all of this around, and believe me, they will, they have to, well, you're going to see your purchasing power disintegrate in front of your eyes. 97.82 on the U.S. dollar index. We see the dollar is taking a little boost up, but now she's leveling off for the rest of the day. Listen, these are trying times we're living in, guys. Thank you guys for listening to my show. And remember, tune into my other channel, Glenn Travels America, for updates on this new emerging novel virus that's coming out of China. We'll catch you guys in the very next show. Bye-bye, and you guys have a great day.